Hi guys, welcome to Skipfusion Box, and today I'm going to introduce you to the boxing style. We're going to use traditional boxing punches and combinations and combine that with footwork, which is what makes Skipfusion Box different. Very energetic, great calorie burner. I'm going to hand you over to Michelle before we get cracking because she's going to do the warm-up. Over to you, Michelle.
Hi everybody. Right, don't need the ropes just yet, place those down. Right, she's going to start by jogging on the spot. Now warming up is essential for any exercise that you're going to be undertaking. Make sure the body is warm to prevent any injury. So make sure that everybody warms up, don't skip it, make sure you warm up all the way through. Okay, so just take the arms forward. That's it, warm up the arms, they're going to be used a lot in this section of box. That's it, just bring them forward. Good. Go the other way. Also make sure you've got your water close by. You're going to need that. Make sure you're hydrated and work to your level. Don't push yourself too much in the warm-up. Just warming the body through. Okay, a few more seconds of this and we'll move on to the next exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, pick up your ropes. Just going to do a double bounce, okay? You don't need to use the rope if you don't want to, if you're not confident enough yet to use it. You can do what Darren's doing without the ropes, the same exercise, just without the rope. If you are more confident with your skips, then you can take it up to a single bounce. Or take it back down to your double. Good. Now remember, all the tricks are on the website, so please do go on and check and start learning each skill. Okay, a few more seconds of this one. And we'll go on to the last final warm-up exercise before we start. Okay, ropes down. Okay, we're just going to do some jabs, left and right side. Don't worry about technique because we're going to go through that as the class goes on. So just jab your arm out. As I say, don't worry about your techniques. We're going to go through that all with you. Really warm those arms up, your shoulders. Get them ready for the exercise ahead. Now I love box. It's a great exercise to do. It's a great stress reliever. Had a bad day in the office, change. Or bad day at home with the kids. Perfect to get all those daily stresses out. And it's a great workout. Okay, a few more seconds. Good. Hope you're feeling warm. I am. Okay, and you're done.
Okay guys, Skipfusion Box. So we're going to start with the very basic principle of a jab, the most simple punch that we can do. So we stand side on, 45 degrees, depending on if you're left or right-handed. In fact, Michelle, if you go straight into it whilst I'm talking. So Michelle goes straight into her jab. If you look at her feet, this is the most important component of the jab. It's not just a case of throwing the arm out and I do nothing with my leg. If you look at me, I'm left-handed, so I stand differently. It's here. I coordinate, in fact, if I turn side on, I coordinate my hand with my leg at the same time. So there's a little line, in fact, you can even use your jump rope. You just step over, you just transfer your body weight and then back into your rear leg. Notice with my hands, they're up nice and high, just a small movement. This is still kind of part of your warm-up really, so don't go too crazy, but I do want to get across to you how important technique is. The other thing I want to say is just make sure you exhale as you punch out. Good, so that's the jab to start with. If you'd like to pick up your rope, we're going to do double bounce to start with. Just make sure we are properly nice and warm. In fact, Both myself and Michele are conditioned. We've been doing Skipfusion for a long time. We regularly exercise. So actually, Michele, I'm going to ask you to do single bounce for me, okay? So just nice and light, getting the body temperature up. And like I said, when you're watching our tricks, you might think to yourself, how do they do that? It's too complicated. That's the whole point of why we have lots of other little videos. And the masterclass is really just to demonstrate to you what the end product will look like if you commit regularly to doing Skipfusion. But both myself and Michele will release lots of little videos to get you to the point that you're looking at now. So from here, if you put the rope down again, straight back into the jab. Just imagine, guys, you're in a small space. You don't need any equipment here, look, other than your skipping rope. In fact, I've already showed you don't need a skipping rope at all. So I'm going to be a little bit more energetic and I'm going to move slightly as I do the jab. However, Michele is on the spot. Now, if you look at her back leg is loaded. So what she's doing is she's pushing her body weight into her back leg to transfer the power across. That's important. So you're doing your jab. I've got a little bit more space that I want to use. We're making sure we're side on, breathing out as we punch. You'll notice I tend to use my upper body a lot. I move my head ever so slightly. You don't have to worry about doing that at the moment because we'll teach you that as we progress through the Skipfusion journey. A couple more seconds. If you'd like to pick up your rope. And now let's take it to single bounce for both of us. You might think, you know, I'm not ready to do this at the moment. That's fine. Hold on to your rope or don't use a rope. Just bounce on the spot. The idea is you're just warming up your calves. Believe it or not, we've only been working for about 6-7 minutes and my body temperature's already gone up. So Skipfusion box, what we're showing you today is how you can work out at home from a small space, minimal equipment, minimal space. Second half of the class, we're going to show you how you can incorporate Skipfusion into a gym or a studio environment, or even just to mix it up a bit when you're in the gym. So hugely versatile, and so there's no excuses for saying that this doesn't work or you can't train from home. Good, so you put the rope down. So from here, let's go to the jab and the cross. So from here, you know your jab. In fact, sorry, let's do the cross. Exchange, look at my back leg, it's loaded, and I twist. Don't forget I'm left-handed. So I don't lead with my left shoulder, I lead with my right. I'm a southpaw. Michele is traditional. She is an orthodox boxer. Look at her feet. Look at her knees, they're bent. All the power from punching doesn't come from your upper body, it comes from your legs. It's to do with how you transfer your body weight across. Look at my foot, it twists. You don't want to twist so much that you come forward and you lose balance. You've got to sit back into your back leg. And if you're doing it properly, after a while, you'll feel it mainly in your back leg. Like I said there, this is just taking you through some very basic movements. Envisage you've got a target in front of you and you're striking that target. You can do this on a boxing bag if you're fortunate to have access to one at home or in the gym. Okay, if you pick up your skipping rope, so from here let's take it to boxer skips. Michele, can you show the low impact option of boxer skips? So I'm just transferring my body weight left to right, right to left. I'm on the balls of my feet. So you might think to yourself, what's the relevance of skipping or jump rope for boxers? And basically it's all to do with balance. And so if you can transfer your body weight onto the balls of your feet, that facilitates a lot of the punching combinations. In fact, all of the punching combinations that you do. And that's really the idea of footwork and skipping. So that's really important. Okay, so put the rope down for me. From here, we're going to do the double jab. So look at my foot, look at Michele's foot. In fact, Michele, if you demonstrate, side on, she transfers her body weight. Look at the front foot, it jabs out twice. So it'll be one, slow motion, 2. Look at my back leg, it's loaded. 1, 2. A bit quicker. 1, 2. So if the target's in front of you, you turn side on. Just move in. Look at the space that I'm using. There's hardly anything. This is shadow boxing, right? So what boxers do to warm up and to start to think about engaging their legs, their core, their upper body, and their combinations. Just a few more seconds to go. You starting to warm up, Michelle?
Yeah, definitely.
Remember your breathing. Again. One more time. So if you'd like to pick up your rope, let's take it to jumping jacks. I'm actually going to do this without the rope. Michelle, do low impact for me to start with. Let's say you haven't got the coordination to start with, use your double bounce. There. If you want to work it a bit more, take the bounce out. Look at Michelle, she's doing exactly the same, but with the skipping rope. Side on.
Key is not to take your legs too wide because you'll hit the rope, so keep it a bit smaller when you're using the rope.
So we've got about 20 seconds to go. If you want to, you can switch it to a half jack. There's lots of options. The point is, you can modify any of these exercises to suit your own fitness level. Doesn't matter if you go wrong, just keep on going. Okay, so let's just pretend you were doing this at home. Now we're going to go, let's pretend we've got a partner that we're training with at home. I'm actually going to utilize the boxing pads now, or you might want to use a boxing bag. We're going to start right at the beginning, starting with your jab. So Michelle, if you just move side onto there for me, side onto me. Starting with your jab. Have a focus on Michelle's legs. Breathe out as she hits me. Good, just move around a little bit as well. She moves out the way. It's important to have the ability to move back. That is why you've got to load your back leg. Because if you're front leg heavy, you won't be able to move. Because your body weight will be forward. Just move a bit for me. Good, explode. As soon as you see the pad, hit it. Good. So Michelle's footwork's nice and tidy. Look at that right leg, it's nice and bent. That means that she's doing it right. Look at her hand placement by her jawline, so that when I strike back, she's covered or she can move. So we've got just a few more seconds. Good, one more. Good, so back to the beginning. Pick up your jump rope or your skipping rope, and let's go straight into single bounce. So as part of a warm up, I did the double bounce, but I'm warm now. So let's just go straight into the higher impact option. So shoulders obviously need to be warmed up properly. So you can actually do a Skipfusion box in a boxing gym. That's where I really learned how to do this. That's why for me it's important to get the footwork skills nailed. Because it also distracts you. And the great thing about distracting you with Skipfusion, any of the Skipfusion methods, it's like playing sports. You've got something to learn. You've got something to take your mind off it. It's not just exercising for the sake of it. So it is skill development, which requires practice. Okay, Michelle, let's do your cross. If you remember, guys, that's working your backhand. This is what we call your cross. Michelle, side onto me. Good. We'll teach you how to hold the pads as well. In fact, you don't even need to use the pads. You could be here. Notice how I show my hand when I want Michelle to hit me. Just come across. Good. She's breathing out. Full extension of the arm. Good. Good, again. So you could do the shadow boxing. Maybe you have got no space. Michelle's doing it by herself. Don't need to have a partner, but obviously if you've got a partner, it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Also means that because you're hitting something, it makes a difference. Good, a couple more. Key is that when Michelle misses, she's not off balance. Good. So back to your skip and rope skills. So from here, let's take it to the boxer step. It's where some people do two to one punch, 2 to 1 jump rather. So we might do 2 bounces on one leg and switch it. Again, as Michelle mentioned at the start, we're going to release lots of tutorial classes, lots of skill tricks, lots of demonstrations on how to perform all of the exercises, the punches. So you need to follow that, guys, and then you'll know exactly how to do things, and we'll just build you up progressively. But if you think it's going to be a quick fix, you are obviously going to be mistaken, because it takes time to develop. It's like anything. So you've got 20 more seconds. If you're getting a little bit tired, just there, on the spot. You don't need a rope. Don't run before you can walk. So you're transferring, just nice and light. Good. So from here, we're going to do your jab and your cross, Michele. So notice straight away she's in a 45-degree position. 1 and 2, boom. Good. 1, 2, move. Make use of the space that you've got. You might be thinking, well, how do I do this if I don't have a partner? Michele or shadow box? It's the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Look at her feet. Good, back on it. So 1, 2. Good, remember to move. 1, 2. Good, again. Notice Michele's hands, we go straight back to her jawline. It's all about little adjustments with your feet. So you never stood still for any real length of time. Just 10 more seconds for me. So what we're doing here is about a minute on with the skill, with the jumping combination, and a minute with the skill trick. Just 1 more for me. Good, so from here, let's take it to jumping jack. Do it without the rope for me, Michele. I'll do the harder option. So we're just here, alternating, turn side profile so we can see how you're doing that.
Through the arms in?
Yeah, show as many options as you want. Going to take it to a double bounce, just to show you again. Lots of options there for you. I'm going to take it up. Just 10 more seconds. Good, and put the rope down for me. So this time double jab, Michele, do it without the pads, and then you can jump in. So set yourself up, so Michelle's side on. Transfer the body weight, look at the back leg, it's loaded. And the idea is that when she does the double jab, 1, 2, she just moves back a little bit so that she's out of range. You might think, well, why is that relevant? It's just because it teaches you the footwork, and that's important. Because you may as well do something properly rather than just throwing your arms out. Also means that you're less likely to get injured too. And also you're learning a skill, so that is important. Onto the pads for me. So she's side on. Good, move a little bit towards the camera. 1, 2, good, explosive. Nice and quick, 1, 2, good. Move back for me once you hit me. She's out of range. 1, 2, out of range. 1, 2, out of range. Good. Good, make yourself a little bit smaller. Good, so back on the rope for me. So I want you to choose any jump rope skill you want, Michele. So not any of the ones that we've done before. So I'm going to do cross. Notice how I cross the rope, back over my head. I cross, back over. Like I said, everyone's going to go wrong from time to time, especially as you get tired. So don't worry about it looking perfect. The most important thing is you're working out, keeping on the move. That's twice already. Sometimes it's a case of just picking your legs up a little bit higher. They're all fine motor skills, which is why you have to practice. Don't forget, guys, if you want some water, just stop. Same for you, Michelle. Just 10 more seconds. Let's do a little bit of a flurry. Okay, so now we're going to do a combination. I'm going to call it to you, Michelle. Let's do it without the pads to start with. I'll join in. Jab to start with. This is just going through all the different skills. Notice how I'm using a little bit more range. It's a little bit more advanced. More likely to see this in a boxing gym, but you can be stood still, as hopefully Michelle's demonstrating. Good. Keep your shoulder side on. There's your jab. Sucking in the oxygen. So we'll break all of this down for you, step at a time, exercise at a time. Plenty to learn, plenty to keep you interested. Just 20 more seconds, Michelle. Notice how I keep my jaw down, keep my head down, my legs are loaded. I'm transferring my body weight, moving my head as well. It all helps. It means if you're moving, you're burning calories. Good, jog it off, Michelle. Feel it in your back leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. Right, switch it to a cross. There. Don't forget, if you wanted to, if you've got a partner, use a pad. If you have any. If you don't, do freestyle. Shadow boxing. Notice that when I punch, my jaw is tucked into the side of my arm. There. Also, if you look at my back foot, or even Michelle's back foot, see how it twists? But she does that without coming up. That's correct, because it means that she's loaded. So if she has someone taller, or if she uses a taller bag or object, she just punches up, but she still keeps herself small. 20 seconds to go. Breathing's important, muscles need oxygen. Good, jog it off, Michelle. Just circle the arms back, just make sure they're loose. This time I want to take it to a jab and a cross. So jab and a cross, away you go, 1, 2. Notice it's not just 1 and 2, they come close succession. So it's boom, boom, 1, 2, 1, 2. Look at my feet, 1, 2. Works together. The feet work first, or the legs start, and then the arms finish. 1, 2. Not 1, 2. See that a lot. It's not right. Also see people punching like that. That's not right either. Side on, transfer your body weight. Doesn't take long to master. I mean, Michelle, how long have you been doing it for, the Skipfusion box side of things?
Not long, probably more 6 months.
Yeah, it's probably taken you 6 months to nail the technique, hasn't it?
I did box fit a lot, but I didn't concentrate on technique as much.
Yeah, I think it's important to work on the technique. Makes it interesting as well. Okay, jog it off. Just do a few backward rotations, just get rid of any lactate or waste products in the shoulders. And I just want to finish with the double jab. So from here, move to your right when you do that, Michelle. So rather than just being on the spot, I want you to come to the side as you do it. A bit more skill there. 1, 2. I'm going to stay on the spot. You demonstrate for me. Good. So move towards me as you punch. Good. 1, 2. Coming forward. 1, 2. 1, 2. Notice how I bring my hand back to my jawline before I transition with my leg. So it's 1, 2. Speed it up a bit. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good, Michelle. Pick up your rope for me. I just want to do a double bouncer, and then that'll pretty much wrap up today. So just double bounce on the spot, sucking in the oxygen, calming your heart rate down. So we only showed you a jab across, jab and across, and a double jab. Lots of other punches to show you, but I just want to give you a little snippet for what Skipfusion box is all about. 20 more seconds to go. Okay, so if you put your skipping rope down for me. So what I want to do, if you interlink your fingers, if you face back way for me, reach up towards the ceiling. So important in terms of posture, soft knees, reach up as high as you can, just helping to stretch out the muscles here on the side, the lats, the rhomboids, the trapezius, all those muscles on the back. Obviously, whenever you do a good workout, it is really important to stretch, return all the muscle fibers back to resting length, prevent injury, and just kind of calm it down after you've done a good workout. Each stretch, roughly 45 seconds to a minute, okay? Most people don't stretch for anywhere near long enough. So Michelle, from here, if you reach out in front, imagine you're hugging a ball, interlink your fingers, reach out in front. Again, good posture, soft knees. And what you're doing is you're extending out as far as you can without losing the shape. Obviously, I'm racing through the stretches here, but as I said, warm up and cool down stretches, hugely important. Obviously, at any point throughout the exercise program, if you start to feel sick or dizzy, then stop. It might just be a question of you're not fueled up properly, or you might have some underlying problems. So don't be safe, okay? That's the main thing. And then Michelle, if you either interlink your fingers or hold onto your wrist, reach up as high as you can without letting your torso dip. You see a lot of people doing this, it's not right. You've got to stick the chest out, bring the arms up as high as you can. So if you look here, the higher that Michelle lifts up, feel that more? Yeah. Get a more intense stretch. And you can tell Michelle's working hard because she's fuming. Always a good idea to have a little snack or something within half an hour, 45 minutes after a workout, replenish what you've burnt or what you've used. From here, Michelle, if you do a standing quad stretch. So soft knee again, shoulders are back. Can you just turn side on for me? So really important here, the knees are together, pulling the heel towards the bottom, and then just change legs for argument's sake, 45 seconds to a minute. And obviously the main muscles that kind of work really for the boxing and also for the skipping, of course, are the calf muscles. So in the ideal world, you'd have a wall to press against, but we don't have one here that's close by, because we could use a back wall, but let's just say you don't want to put your hands on the wall at home. Just push against an imaginary wall, push your heel back, make sure your feet are parallel, and you still get a calf stretch this way. Good, for argument's sake, let's call that 45 seconds, change. Good, and we'll call that a day. Well done, guys. Skipfusion box.